what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for We're the Millers, which is a brand new comedy starring Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston, and I thought this movie looked really funny, so I was really looking forward to it. I heard bad reviews, but I was still somewhat looking forward to it because I think stuff's funny even if critics don't. I'm not looking for much. So, I thought it looked funny. What did I think of We're the Millers? Well, let's talk about the story. Alright, so the story here follows David, played by Jason Sudeikis, who is a drug dealer who works for a guy played by Ed Helms, who is very powerful and very rich. You don't want to screw with him. And of course, something happens where Jason Sudeikis' character loses all of his drugs and his money, so he has to go report back to Ed Helms, and Ed Helms, of course, is like, you know what, I could kill you right here and just wipe my hands clean. I'm rich, I'm powerful, I can make you disappear, no one cares. But I can also do this. I can let you live only if you do one job for me. I want you to go to Mexico, pick up a thing of marijuana, and bring it back here before Sunday. If you do that, I won't just, call it even. I will even pay you $100,000. So he's like, okay, sure, I'll do that. And of course, he's like, how the hell am I going to do that? I look like a drug dealer. It's not going to work. And then he gets the idea, you know what? White families, white cheesy ass families can get through without any problem. So you know what? I'm gonna go and hire me a family. So he gets Jennifer Aniston to be his wife, who is a stripper. He gets this nerdy kid that lives in his apartment, played by, I can't remember his name, sorry, and some homeless girl played by Emma Roberts. And he gets them, squeaks them up, makes them look all nice, and there you go, there's the plot. He has to go to Mexico, get the drugs, bring it back, a bunch of wackiness ensues, and yeah, just a drug dealer, stripper, a virgin, and a bitch. There you go. That's the story. The story itself is extremely silly, really raunchy. The comedy in this is really raunchy, so if you're coming into this expecting clever humor, you're not going to get it for the most part. And it's predictable. You know where it's going to go. To a T, you know exactly what's going to happen. I still thought the story itself had a cool little concept, and it moved quick enough for me not to go, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen. When it happened, it just flew by. I was like, oh, okay, now we're on to the next funny thing. And I thought it was extremely entertaining for the most part. I don't see why critics are giving this horrible reviews, and yet something like, I don't know, Hangover 1 got great reviews. I mean, that was raunchy too, and sure, it was definitely more clever than this, but I still think this is very, very funny. I thought Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston, I was about to say Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Aniston both have great comedy, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that, comedic chemistry together. They are both really funny. I love how they respond. They have comebacks for whatever the other person's going to say, and they're always funny with them. Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston. I was about to say Lawrence again. What the hell? Jennifer Aniston both are great in this. And yeah, I would like to see them in more movies because I think they do a great job when they're together. Also, the two other kids in the family, the family, are great too. Emma Roberts, and I think the kid's name is Will Poulter. They are both great here too. I think Will Poulter actually steals the show in a couple of scenes because he's the, he's the nerdy virgin character. He's always like, oh, I'm so flustered and oh, I don't know what to say. I'm so nerdy. But there's a couple times where he is hilarious. There's a part where he gets bit by a spider. And, throughout the film, he's been pretty quiet. He doesn't curse or anything. But, of course, as you would know, he's that kind of character. He's going to, let loose at one part, and that's the part where he does. And I thought that was hilarious. Emma Roberts is really good here as well, even though she's probably the weakest of the family, I would say. But she's still really good here. The rest of the supporting cast is great, too, especially Nick Offerman, who I like that dude. I see him in so many movies nowadays. I don't watch him in, Parks and Rec that he's in. But I've seen him in so many movies, and he's great here. He's actually kind of badass. There's a part where he lays down some fools. Oh yeah, and he's kind of badass, but he's also really funny. There's actually one reaction later on where his face he just smiles, and it makes me laugh. So the cast here is great. Everybody's having a good time. It's really, really funny when it wants to be. Now I should say again, if you like raunchy comedies, you'll think this movie's really funny, for the most part. You might still hate it, but me, I like raunchy comedies. Even if they're not that great, I can still sit there and enjoy them for the most part, and this one was very enjoyable. Now, like I said, it is raunchy. There's a part that actually made me kind of cringe, where the whole joke was that they're doing this particular thing and people think they're a family, so that's supposed to be funny, even though it's kind of disturbing in a way. There's some jokes like that, but I have to commend them. There's not too many jokes where someone farts or someone poops and that's funny. You know, there's no jokes like that. It's all like, you know, something Jason Sudeikis will say, or Jennifer Aniston will say, or even their body language, you know, just stuff like that, which is, thank God for that, because I don't want a part where Jason Sudeikis is in a bathroom and he poops real loud and that's supposed to be funny. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that. No, I just saw Grown Ups 2. I got enough of that. I don't need it anymore, please. And they didn't do that, thankfully. But again, a lot of the raunchy comedy is, oh boy, raunchy. But I still enjoyed it. This is a very confusing review, isn't it? Let me just wrap it up by saying this. I think it's really funny. There is times where the jokes don't really connect too much, even if you like raunchy comedies. Sometimes it's not that funny, but for the most part, I really did laugh. I thought the chemistry between Jennifer Aniston and Jason Sudeikis was there. They were both fantastic in this. The story itself has a cool concept, but it's still, you know where it's going to go. So I think it's very funny. I like the two main stars and the other two. And I thought it was very funny. So I'm going to give this movie, I'm just going to give it a straight up 30 out of 40. I did enjoy this. I don't know why everybody's like, I hate this. It's stupid. Maybe it's because I'm immature. That's the reason. I'm immature, but I really enjoyed it myself. So there you go. There's my review for We're the Millers. Thank you and goodbye.